fruit that Christ has called for in our lives, it will be there. And Jesus says, I recognize my sheep. My sheep, of course, not the goats that take the pathways of their own choosing, the unruly paths, as the fathers call them, the unruly paths of the goats. The sheep have been obedient, and they have borne fruit in their lives. Jesus tells that only after judgment will punishment or reward be given. Only. And there are two things that we must recognize in this. First of all, the saints tell us that the dead do indeed have a foretaste of what their eternal reward will be, because in this life we enter into a spiritual condition that we carry over through death. And so it will be right that we have a foretaste of what that will be, but a judgment has not yet occurred. And so there can still be hope for our loved ones. The saints encourage us to pray, intercede for those who are dead and waiting for judgment, because they can plead and pray no more for themselves. They need our prayers. And it's important that we see that no one has a reward or punishment until this judgment occurs. It's an encouragement to us to think carefully about how quickly we jump to punish people without truly reflecting and understanding a situation. But this is not the case for the final judgment. Christ's judgment will convince every human heart of the rightness, of the justice of whatever it is we receive. Everything will be open, nothing will be hidden in our lives and in the judgment of Christ. This careful examination of every one of us will be right and true. Nothing will be hidden. And Jesus says the saints will be called blessed. Blessed because they are acceptable to the Father. And so they will not just receive, Jesus says, but inherit the kingdom of God. They will become co-participators in the glory of God, which is an extraordinary thought. In God's own glory. And Jesus then tells us that the saints will be shown the nature of the fruit that they have borne in their lives. He will say, you were merciful to me, you visited me, you gave me food when I was hungry, and so on. And Jesus, describing this, reveals their humility, the condition that they are truly in. Because they will say, when did we do this?